The year is 1897. The place is Collinwood. The time is an hour before dawn, a precious hour for Barnabas Collins. For Barnabas, afraid that his secret will be discovered, has turned an enemy into a vampire who, when he is caught, will leave Barnabas free to perform his mission in the past. But the vampire has disappeared, and Barnabas knows he must be found.
Miss Fay? No.
Barnabas, let me in. I have to talk to Pansy. Barnabas? Barnabas! Barnabas! Oh, well, you certainly took long enough. Where's Pansy?
I don't know, Carl.
But you must. I left her here with you.
Well, I had to go out to look for Dirk.
You mean you left her here alone?
Well, she assured me that she'd be perfectly all right.
Oh, I bet she guessed. Oh, yes. You see, when Judith ran away, Pansy must have realized that Judith didn't like her. Oh, Barnabas, what am I going to do? I mean, Judith says I'm not in love. I mean, Judith is always trying to tell me how I feel. But where's Pansy? I mean, she just wouldn't leave. I mean, she's a fighter. She just wouldn't give up. And we are in love, Barnabas. I mean, you know, Pansy hasn't had an easy life. I mean, she wouldn't just get mad and leave just because Judith left.
Well, I wish I could be more helpful, Carl, but I can't.
What am I going to do? I mean, I just can't go up to Collinwood and go to bed as if nothing had happened to what? Her purse! Why, she wouldn't leave without this. She's still here.
She isn't here, Carl.
Well, I know Pansy. She wouldn't leave without this.
Well, perhaps the strain.
Oh, no. Money's still in it. She's still in this house, Barnabas, despite what you say.
Would I lie, Carl?
Well, I don't know. Oh, maybe something's happened to her. Oh, yes, weird things are always happening around this place. Maybe Dirk?
Now, Carl, be sensible. We've all been out hunting for Dirk. She herself said he was dead.
Yes, but Pansy wouldn't forget this.
She possibly decided to go to Collinwood herself. Take it. She's probably there.
You're sure in a hurry to get rid of me.
Well, I have things to do, Carl, and you yourself want to find Pansy. Now, isn't that so?
Well, if she's not there, I'm coming back here.
And if I'm not here, you can look through the whole house yourself.
And where will you be?
Well, I'll be out looking for Dirk, of course. Carl, perhaps she left the house and became lost in the woods. She doesn't know the path to the old house. So perhaps she went to the cottage or even to the house that Reverend Trask is using for a school.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, Barnabas, you don't think anything terrible has happened to Pansy, do you?
Well, whatever's happened to her is as much a mystery to me as it is to you, Carl. Now, good night, Carl.
Well, I mean, you can understand why I'm worried.
Of course, Mr. Collins.
You know, women just don't disappear.
Mr. Collins, if she were here, I would tell you.
Oh, sure, thanks. I just thought... Oh, well, good night, Miss Trask.
Mr. Collins, have faith and you will find her.
Yes, thanks.
Come in.
I brought you coffee.
Thank you.
You've been up all night?
Yes, I have to finish this today. Mr. Hanley wants it.
So much work.
Well, the Latin is so archaic, it's given me quite a lot of trouble.
Tim, what is it? What's wrong?
The Queen of Spades.
What? What did you say? Tim? Let me give you some coffee. My mother will be furious for bringing it in here.
Your mother?
What have you got there? Tim, what is that?
Just leave me alone to do what I have to do.
Rest. Rest in peace.
Charity.
Who did you think it was?
I don't know. I was dreaming a nightmare of police. What do you want, Charity?
I want to know what's happening to you. Why you're behaving so strangely.
Oh, I'll be all right once this is all over.
Do you mean the work for Mr. Hanley?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Well, he must want it very badly. This came for you from him. A messenger brought it. Well, aren't you going to open it?
Later.
The messenger is waiting for an answer, if there is one.
Tonight. He told me that when he sent me this, I would know the time had come. It must happen tonight.
What is it, Tim? Is there an answer?
No.
Is this the way you're going to behave after we're married? Not talking, never explaining anything to me?
Well,
Tim,
here you are, Charity. The entire school could run itself as far as you're concerned. You have a class in the Old Testament now, I believe.
I'm sorry, Mama, but a message came from Mr. Hanley for Tim.
Indeed, Mr. Hanley. Get your class, Charity. Are you going to add disobedience to your long list of sins?
No, Mama, I'm not.
As for you, young man...
Now, what do you want, Mrs. Trask?
What do I want? I want what we've been paying you for. For the past few weeks, all I've heard from you has been Mr. Hanley. No, I can't do that. No, ma'am. I have work for Mr. Hanley.
Your husband got me this work.
I don't believe that.
It's the truth. You can ask him yourself.
I don't care if he did or he didn't. My husband leaves the running of the school to me, as you well know. Reverend Trask is a thinker, not a doer. I'm the one
Mrs.
who...
Trask, just let me alone.
Did I hear you correctly? Let you what?
Alone. I want to finish this today.
I've had enough of your impertinence. We'd be better off without you.
Well, you will be without me as soon as I finish this job for Mr. Hanley.
Well, don't think that you'll leave without paying the debt you owe us, believe me.
Oh, yes, the famous debt. How shall I ever pay that? I'll never be able to do it, shall I? No, there's no way I can do it. It will just continue to add up and add up.
Well, if it does, that's your own fault.
No, it isn't my fault. It's your bookkeeping. Yours and his.
Are you accusing me of dishonesty?
Mrs. Trask.
Well, are you or aren't you?
Yes.
You will be sorry. I think you and I should go see Reverend Trask right now.
Mrs. Trask.
You're afraid, aren't you? You know what he'll say to you.
I'm sure I know what he'll say. Yes, indeed. I think I would be able to quote it for you line by line.
Well, really?
But, Mrs. Trask, I am indeed busy, so if you don't mind, get out and leave me to finish.
We'll see what happens, Mr. Shaw.
Pansy. Pansy. Oh, Pansy! Where are you hiding, Pansy? Oh, come on. Don't hide on me, Pansy. It's Carl. Pansy, I've decided not to let Judith run my life. My grandmother, she's given me my own place to live. She said so in her will. You can stay there too, Pansy. Where are you, Pansy?
I'm gonna dance for you. Gonna dance your cares away.
I like little jokes too, but...
I'll do the...
Oh, come on now, Pansy. Oh, Pansy, please, please don't be mad at me, please.
Carl? Is there something I can do for you?
You haven't? I know you do. Where's my Pansy? Where is she?
Carl, let go of me.
Oh, no, not till you tell me where she is.
I don't know, Carl.
She's in this house.
Nonsense.
I heard her singing my favorite song, the one she sang for you yesterday.
It was your imagination, Carl.
Now, don't you talk to me like Judith would. It was not my imagination. I heard my Pansy singing.
You are upset.
Well, you bet I am.
I understand that.
Well, then why won't you believe me? Why won't you help me then?
Because I know she's not here.
You said that so sincere-like. As if you knew where she were and weren't telling me.
Carl.
That's how it seemed.
Well, now, Carl, why would I lie to you? What reason would there possibly be for me to keep her as prisoner?
I don't know, but people just don't disappear. Oh, Barnabas, do you think I just imagined her singing that song?
It could be very understandable if you did.
Or am I just going crazy? Barnabas, I did all the things you told me to. I went to the cottage, and then I went into Collinsport, and no one had seen her. I even went to the school. It seems she's just missing.
As is Dirk.
Then it must have been him. He must have come here and forced her to go with him. Oh, if he's done anything to hurt her. We've got to find Dirk, Barnabas. We've got to.
I know. I know.
Oh, sit down, dear.
I have to listen to the children's prayers.
There's time. Tell me, my dear, what do you think of Carl Collins?
Carl Collins. I don't exactly think of him at all.
And it's time you began to.
Mama, what do you mean?
Timothy Shaw does not have the proper qualifications, in my opinion, of leadership. He'll never be the man that your father is, Charity.
Timothy is very different from Father.
Too different, in my opinion. I think the time has come for you to consider the possibility of ending your engagement.
Mama!
Now, no sentiment. I know you're going to tell me, oh, that you're in love with Tim.
Mama,
Yes, dear.
perhaps I am not. Oh, I do like him. I mean, I did like him. But there is someone else, Mama.
There is? Who?
Barnabas.
Oh, yes, dear, your instincts are correct, but you see, Barnabas is only a cousin, not one of the brothers. Now be practical. Fall in love with Carl Collins. Oh, I've sent for Timothy. Now tell him you've decided to end the engagement.
Mama.
Now, I'll take care of the children's prayers. My daughter wants to speak to you.
What is it, Charity?
Tim, I have a confession to make to you. I don't know how you're going to take it, but I am not in love with you. I'm in love with someone else. But that's beside the point. The point is that I am not in love with you. I don't even think you're in love with me, really.
Your mother told you this.
No. No, she didn't.
I'll apologize to her for this morning.
This morning has nothing to do with it, Tim. I cannot marry you. I'm sorry because I like you a lot. Like me a little, too.
I
please.
tell you, I will apologize to her. I swear it.
Your duties are not over until you have said goodnight to the children. I don't have to remind you of that.
Yes, Mama.
You too.
Don't try to put the cards away, Mrs. Trask. I know you play.
Well, everyone does. No one is absolutely perfect. And if you've come here in order to plead about Charity, it's useless.
No, I haven't come about that.
Because I never interfere with my daughter's decisions.
I've come to apologize.
Oh, well, apologies are the devil's invention. They just cover evil behavior.
Evil? I wouldn't want you to think badly of me.
Well, it would be a sin on my part if I disregarded your behavior.
Well, the Reverend and I have discussed the possibility of my leaving.
That would be just as well.
And Mr. Hanley has agreed to help me.
Whatever that means.
But of course, you write the references.
Young man, I just wanted to relax this evening, to sit here and have my tea. And now you've gotten me all upset. Now, if you don't mind.
May I fill your cup, Mrs. Trask?
That will not be necessary.
Oh, but do let me do something for you.
As long as you don't think it will change my attitude. Small favors will not change my opinion. I try to be as fair as God will let me. But there are some things that I just cannot forget. That scene this morning. No, I will never forget that scene. No matter how polite you are now.
Your tea, dear Mrs. Trask.
Thank you. You may go now. We have nothing further to talk about. You may go now.
I want to be sure that the tea is all right.